It's me, Amber. I'm back again. I just got here to Tucumcari about an hour ago. I finally all moved in. They upgraded me to a cabin because it's raining like crazy and cold, like you could see your breath. So I was really excited about that. I kind of wanted to do the tent, but now I'm kind of glad that it didn't happen. And I didn't think today was going to be eventful at all. I mean, I've done the drive before, or at least most of it I've done before. But it ended up being one of the most crazy days. I got to go through Border Patrol for the first time ever in New Mexico. And like I said earlier, I left an hour and a half late, I think. So, gotta make sure I stay on top of the schedule. As I said, it was raining, so I was going to eat my beef stroganoff with noodles right here, but I have to have boiled water, and it was raining so hard and there's no cover over the grill, so I could not make a fire. So instead, I am eating a blueberry bagel with cream cheese. I would say the first part of the day was just getting the car loaded. I packed entirely too much stuff. And I should have rethought that, but most of it is like the dogs' cages and things like that. So I had to rearrange all that. So that's part of the reason why I was late this morning. And then I had to stop and get gas, and of course get my Dr. Pepper and get on the road. And then, yeah, so all that happened this morning, and I will know next time before I take a trip to not pack a whole car full of stuff for 3 weeks. I mean, surprisingly, I only pack one bag for clothes, so that's an improvement for me. But I left Tucson, and they said, oh, it's supposed to be raining. I said, okay, well, I have been driving in the rain all day. Like, literally all day. I have been in the rain. And so that kind of slowed the trip down, too. I did get to see something really awesome today. I got to go to White Sands National Monument. It is gypsum sand dunes, and it was absolutely amazing. I have some video of that I might put on, but it was just me kind of being stupid. So that was really interesting. And that is also part of the White Sands Missile Range facility, and that is where the first atomic bomb was set off for testing. I didn't go to the Trinity point. It was kind of too far out of the way, and I needed to get here so I could get in bed, get some rest before I drive to Oklahoma tomorrow. But it was still really awesome. The area is really beautiful. This is the area that I haven't driven before. I usually go up to Albuquerque from Deming, New Mexico. Only this time I went all the way to Las Cruces and then went that way. And then went on the 70 over the mountain, and it was pretty tall. I thought I was going to fall off the road because it just came to a stop and I didn't see the rest of the road, so I thought I was going to fall over or drive off the edge. So that happened, and then I don't know if I already said this, but I had to go through Border Patrol for the first time, and I thought it was kind of weird because I never have been asked, besides just writing down on a piece of paper, are you a U.S. citizen, yes or no? I was literally asked by the guard, and I didn't know what to expect because I've never been through one before, so I thought it was kind of funny. And then I felt really stupid because I asked him where the monument was, or how far the White Sands Monument was up. He's like, oh, it's only about a mile up the road. And I said, oh, okay. So then I drove out of the little, where they had like a fort or something that they had there. I drove out of there, and literally there was a sign right after. I was like, oh, I should have waited to ask the question. But obviously I didn't know that there was going to be a sign right there. One thing I will say, the dogs are troopers. I made them wear seatbelts for the first time. I know I'm a bad dog parent before that, but I made them wear seatbelts for the first time ever today, and thinking that there was no way that they could undo them because it is a harness. I thought I had it in here, but I don't. It's a harness that has a loop in the back that you put the seatbelt through and then hook it. And I put their beds in the car so they'd be a little bit more comfortable. However, after our first stop, about 2 hours in, Deacon had actually undone his seatbelt. he actually undid the car seatbelt, not the seatbelt, and it had come out of the harness. And I don't know how he did it or when he did it, but I made sure, I double checked, triple checked to make sure it was buckled in all the way, but it was not. So, trying to think of what else. Oh, and I mean, I've driven on the 40 into New Mexico. I've driven on the I-10, several times now, but I did not realize how windy it gets. I was nearly thrown off the road multiple times. I think mainly because of how my car is shaped. I have my cube, so it just hits the side, and the wind was blowing north and south, so it just hit the side of the car. And I was going all over the place, and then I was next to a semi, and there was a really big gust of wind, and his trailer came and almost hit me in the front of the car, and I don't think I've ever been so scared. And that was kind of, I was like, okay, I need to stay awake. I am really excited that my music, it was so great. My music helped me a lot. I try not to skip any songs. I mean, I can't always do that because I'm kind of music ADD, but I only skipped probably about 5 songs, I think. And so that helped a lot. I was jamming out to my tunes. And then after that, I was basically just driving in the rain thinking, oh my God, I'm never going to get there, because I ended up going through a construction zone. And I will use construction in quotes because there was nobody working on this road. It was 20 miles long, 1 lane each way, and I was stuck behind the person that was going the speed limit in the construction zone, but it was 20 miles for 45. It was 20 miles, and we were going 45 miles per hour for 20 miles. And I saw a bunch of people go around me, but there's 2 yellow lines. You're not supposed to pass, so I'm not going to try to do it. I'm not trying to get in trouble. But yeah, so that was absolutely absurd because there was nobody working on the road, not a single person. They just decided they were going to put the big, not the cones, but the big orange like bucket type things upside down on the road. And so that took a little bit of time. So that's another reason why I was later than I thought I would be. I will say I packed bologna and bread and mustard. That's what I had for lunch today. So, and then I had a Star Crunch for breakfast. It's one of my favorite camping foods or trip foods or whatever. And then when I got here, they said, they called me because I was late. They said, do you want to have a cabin? And I said, okay, yeah, I'll do it for like $10 more. That's fine. And when that happened, I get here, and I mean, it's a nice cabin. I mean, it's all wood. You can see it right here. I'll just move the camera a little bit. It's really nice. But as soon as I get out of the car, it wasn't raining. As soon as I get out of the car and get the dogs in the cabin, it starts to pour. Like downpour, like crazy. And I, obviously, like I said, I couldn't boil my water to eat my food. But I thought to myself, I should bring my rain boots. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe because it's been raining so much in Oklahoma. But I thought, there's it's no big deal. I'll just bring them anyways. And so here I am. I will show you wearing my lovely rain boots with my socks. And there's Deacon and Charlie again. They're kind of digging this. They've both gotten their own beds. And I'm really glad I brought them because I needed them. I needed to go to the bathroom. And when I went to the bathroom, there was actually a frog trying to get into the bathroom. And he wouldn't move, so of course I just opened the door and he went inside. Interesting thing about an animal that I saw today. I mean, I've seen dead animals on the side of the road, but there was a dead cow and a bunch of vultures eating it. I mean, I didn't see any of the blood or anything, but I was like, oh my goodness. I've never actually seen that big of an animal being eaten by the vultures, at least not in front of me. I've seen it on TV or whatever. So that's kind of crazy. I don't think I have much more else to say. I think I'm just going to try to get to sleep. I think I was supposed to try to leave at 10 tomorrow, but I think I'm going to try to leave a little bit earlier because... Deacon, no. I think I'm going to try to leave a little bit earlier because it's only about 6 hours home tomorrow. Maybe a little less. and so I'm to get on the road and get there. Like I said, I don't know if these will be interesting or not. It's just something that I'm doing to keep track of my trip, because I would like to go back and look at it and see how ridiculous I am, and see what I have gone through, because like I said, I didn't think today was going to be interesting. I didn't think I was going to have any problems or issues. I mean, it was sunny in Tucson, a little bit of clouds, but it wasn't anything like what I've been driving through. So hopefully tomorrow will be a little better. However, my dad is telling me that it's probably going to be just as bad, because I think the storm that is here right now is going towards Oklahoma. Deacon, just eat the food. Sorry, he's messing with this food bowl. Yeah, so that's going to be the plan tomorrow, is just get up early, get back on the road, and get it over as fast as possible so I can rest for a couple days. I mean, it hasn't been super crazy. The only thing that happened that I think might be a little crazy is the electric went out for a little bit, but I would have been without electric anyways if I was staying in the tent, so it's not a big deal. And I'm really thankful that they upgraded me to a cabin, because there was literally nobody in tents when I got here, so I would have felt pretty dumb being the only one and being soaked. Yeah, so I think that's about it, and I will talk to you guys later. Yep, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, I'm sure.